to TEW 2016, the branding solution, and we are here with the Shockwave exclusive pay-per-view, Hell in a Cell. And for this one, I actually tried my hardest to give everybody a match, as I always do, and there are no borrowed talents, there are no local hires, and if they're not in matches, they're involved in segments. So, we have the pre-show. There is no storylines behind the pre-show matches. They're just the guys who aren't quite in storylines at this present moment. We have the Lucho Dragons defeating the Vaudevillains in a 58. Quite impressed with that, to be honest. Then we have Phoenix defeating Rich Swann. Yeah, I think Phoenix could be the next one who gets a little bit of a push. I just got to, now that after this event we crown a Cruiserweight champion, we can finally have someone go for the Cruiserweight championship, build some rivalries up, instead of it being a free-for-all who's going to win tournaments. So yeah. In our next match, we have a little bit of a thrown together match. As you can tell, I actually let the computer pick the winner for this because this is how irrelevant it really was. And Blake and Murphy picked up the main part of the win. Then we have, this is the final 6 people who had no match or segment involved in today's show. And Goldust won. What the hell? Who really cares? So, it's fair to say that Devon, Goldust, R-Truth, and Duck are the people that are next on the chopping board on this show. And it could be all 4 of them that go. Fandango needs a bit of a cooling down before bringing him back. And obviously, Zack Sabre Jr. will be working in the Cruiserweights. We just have to wait to see. This was also a very, very short match. And my main event on the pre-show, one more. We have Drew McIntyre defeating Shelton Benjamin. I wanted to see how good these two were. I'm going to try and get Drew McIntyre back into the storylines now. Probably post Survivor Series, because we've got a nice little build. And if he goes the right direction, he can have a big Mania match. And this is the main event of the pre-show. And Kane defeated Mark Henry. I think both of these aren't that big. They're not important to my long-term plans. They'll be good helping talent, and that's pretty much it. So that's the pre-show. Now we get involved in the proper storylines going on within the show. We start with a video package, just showing the 4 big matches: Styles, Oblivion, Max, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Rusev, and John Cena, Brock Lesnar inside the Hell in a Cell. I jumped in and put this as the opener for a reason. AJ Styles defeated Oblivion Max on a Styles Clash, and it was a good match, really, in the end. It was slightly long, fair enough, but I'm quite happy I went with this because of what happens for pretty much the first hour of this show. I didn't want to risk this being the main event, because all the segments leading up to it being quite bad. So I'm quite happy that we got 78. And this leads to Austin Aries' money music hitting. And is he going to cash in the Money in the Bank? No, the club jumped up. Anderson and Gallows attack him on the ramp before the Bucks aid in the attack. But this leads to the club stopping, or Anderson and Gallows stopping, and shouting and screaming at the Bucks for being late on AJ Styles. And they all end up in the ring, and AJ tries to break everything up and finds himself eating the twin super kicks from the Bucks after the club ducked out the way. Shocked, the 2 teams look on in fear, and here's the referee and their tag team match is about to start. Kenny Omega is around for this. I just didn't write him in for this bit. This is obviously why this got quite a weak rating. I'm not gonna lie. Kenny is nowhere near over as he is in real life, so this is obviously going to be low. But I think this helps because we can dive straight into the tag team match, which is a 65, really good. And I actually put the Bucks winning. Yep, I think that works. And yeah, they're probably a better unit. These two could be singles. So now that should say Bucks, but AJ storms to the ring and says, "Now you four stop fighting between each other." It's going to say the Bucks is the stronger as a unit. We are going to take over Shockwave. The 5 of you will take part in a traditional Survivor Series match. And I'm sure Austin Aries will be happy to put a team together to face you all. And got a really good rating of 69 C+. Again, we've got Omega in that, so that's showing that he is improving, as you can see. The only thing really holding any of this back is the announced quality. So I'm really happy with that. This match should be weak, I would imagine, but 60 is a great rating. Austin Aries defeated Kenny Omega. I can't put Kenny Omega over Austin Aries. I need Austin Aries to get a win in this. He's not going to go full blown against the club, but the idea is building up for the Survivor Series match, where it's going to be Team Aries versus Team Club. And we see Aries walking back to his locker room, and the Briscoe brothers approach him. I said, "You need people to take down the club at Survivor Series?" Austin Aries offers his hand, and it appears Aries has started to build up his team, and that's actually a really good rating of a 75. So the idea is the Briscoe brothers continue in this taste, shall we say, towards the whole club situation, and it's a very good rating to continue the show. Everything else on the show is no more club. In our next match, Adam Cole defeated Bubba Ray. They don't click. I was surprised. We'll forget that. We don't worry too much. We go backstage. We're not going to write all of the promos out because, well, we know. CM Punk cuts his promo that I'm the number 1 contender. I'm tired of facing people who want to take my role. I want to go and face AJ Styles next. And I will do that once I finish with this Cody Rhodes figure. 77, solid rating. This is, yes, we actually have it. We have a Cruiserweight title match, and it actually was a Cruiserweight title match for once. I actually got it right. And I put Atami to win in a ladder match. It's not the greatest of match, but we've moved everyone up performance-wise, I think. We needed probably the strongest of the Cruiserweights, I would say. Even if his gimmick is getting stale. Oh well, we can sort that out. Now that he's champion, he can have a slight gimmick change. And I'm really surprised at this. We do the interview segment where Paul Heyman tells everyone that his client, Brock Lesnar, is going to take Cena out for good. Bradley is obviously the weak link here, but everything's good. 79. I'm happy. In our tag team championship match, we have the Revival defeat the Primetime Players. Now they have been going on and on about how they were going to beat the Players, and finally, this time round, they did it. Yes, we have new tag team champions, and I wanted new tag team champions. The primetime players were in there to make the titles feel relevant, almost. They were the bigger stars of the show. I hate saying that. So I didn't want to put the titles in and around the club. So we kept them on the players, beating all the hill teams at the moment. Now we've got the Revival, a deserving tag team, as our champions. And again, no negatives. Oh, there were some inconsistencies. Yeah, and low experience. Oh well. And we just see them both celebrating afterwards because they finally did it. A bit like what you would have seen back in the NXT when they win. Now we have a United States Championship match that Shinsuke Nakamura wins and wins the United States Championship. Yeah, I have to put a title on Nakamura, haven't I? Let's be honest. Sandow, inconsistency. Poor booking decisions, eh? Never mind. I think it could get better in the future. So, yeah. And then Bobby Roode comes out and attacks Nakamura, holding the belt up high. Bobby Roode believes he should have been the guy having this match. But because he had lost... No, he didn't even lose in the triple threat. Nakamura pinned Apollo Crews. So Bobby Roode never really got an honest chance of winning this title. As you can see here, Bobby Roode defeated Apollo Crews. So he is now well and truly available to stake his claim for that United States Championship. We have the traditional Randy Orton sort of interview. Yeah, he's got low morale, which is confusing, but never mind. We just threw a video of Blake and Murphy to hope for the best. We might get a good rate. That was bad. The European Championship match, and it was terrible. I should not have gone with what I went with, and I tried to do a technical masterclass, and it says 15 minutes, and we hit 14, so nope, they are not technical masterclasses, but Cesaro won by using the ring. This was also heel and heel, which doesn't help. So considering a Taylor Breeze Braun Strowman promo gets a better. Basically, they're out saying Zack Ryder is going to beat Mojo, and we are going to continue on with the Fashion Capital, working the crowd, having few matches, but impactful matches. And what I thought would actually be the worst match of the night isn't the worst. Zack Ryder defeats Mojo by cheating. Yeah, I'm happy. Now, I didn't have time for this match, so I decided to do this. We saw Bridle warming up backstage, and before he gets attacked by Jack Evans, and Evans is shouting, "You want a match with me? Not tonight, mate. Find yourself a team." And the winning team at Survivor Series take the match when we finally actually get round to it. I only really did the interference previous week, so I didn't get enough time to build up a proper match. I want to just drag it out a bit more. I think that's fair. Not another quite bad match. Randy Orton defeated Rusev in a last man standing match. The overbooking wasn't met, and they both couldn't do chaotic. Okay. I am relying on Brock Lesnar and John Cena saving my show right now. We have another video to hype up their match. Or CM Punk defeating Cody Rhodes. Yeah, it works. It's getting the right way. We are not looking good for our final rating. That's all I can say. But I believe you get rated on the final 3 segments. So the handshake worked well. And 74. Okay, we're going the right direction. I'm reasonably happy with that. I think Brock Lesnar defeats John Cena in the Hell in a Cell, and we went for quite a brutal match, as long as we could. So, and afterwards we got a great rate. Brock Lesnar has picked up the win and just doesn't stop his attack on Cena. You can see Cena bleeding all over the mat. Refs come out, but Brock just bats them off before the whole locker room has to pull Lesnar away while the medical team take care of John Cena. And Lesnar breaks free and hits Cena with an F5 off the top of the ramp. Lesnar stands there laughing, and the crowd are in stunned silence. And an 89 to end the show. Brock Lesnar has potentially eliminated John Cena for the foreseeable future. I think that works really well. As we've already said, Cena is not eligible for world title matches for a while. So this helps ease him back for a couple of weeks off air. Shockwave is filmed on a Thursday, so he does get some time to recover, so he could do an interview segment, or we can do a whole recovery angle, something like that. And Brock Lesnar can either look for the next target, or we'll see which way we go. We will end the show and see whether we did actually get into the 80s. And we did a 71. We don't have enough interesting storylines. Are you sure? Okay, well, we'll go and have to have a look at that. I will actually praise Oblivion Max. I will also praise Brock Lesnar because he looked great. And I want to praise Atami for his title win. Make the speeches pleased and please. So I'll head back to the main screen and look at these so-called bad storylines and see why. Okay, we're back to the main screen, and people enjoyed it, but we got battered by New Japan, which is not good, to say the least. Any interest in the booking position? Yay. I don't have to worry too much. So let's look at these so-called bad storylines. I need 3 over 77, which, okay. 87. A 75, which I thought was pretty good. 60. And the number one contender is 74. So they're right up there. If you were to go through, I was taking, I got a 77 on that one. So that's 2. And I've got 80 there. I need to have plus 77, I guess. They're all so close, it's ridiculous. So I'm not too worried then. Corey Graves would work with a gimmick change. What shall we make Corey Graves? As he is pretty much just a commentator. Well, we'll put down cool. And he's a face cool, right? What could he be? Power and paint? Nope. He could be a punk. Wait, let's select that. Let's see. No, he's not going to be that. He could be a staff gimmick cool, I guess. do that. And otherwise, there shouldn't be too much going badly on this show. Dawson, Lesnar, Wilder, pretty much Shockwave owning that. Shelton Benjamin sadly made it onto that list. Let's just check these titles, see if they've gone up or down. That's gone down. Great. Wrong button. Would be helpful if I didn't press the wrong buttons. I still think this is going the wrong way. The tag titles, I think they must have gone down again. Yeah. The European, did that go the right direction? Oh no, what a surprise. The cruiserweight's always going to be quite low, but it's gone the right way. So, yeah, this is not good. Let's see if AJ Styles has become more popular, because I wasn't happy with his popularity. It's not going the right way. When we see like Lesnar's, who's barely on the card. Oh well. So we'll come back next time, see Raw, and let me know what you thought of Shockwave's Hell in a Cell, and whether you think we should look to make some great potential Tag Team Survivor Series matches for Shockwave. Thank you for watching, and we are out.